you know, for a factory rider, is having to go out on riding, you know, instead of improving yourself, which is the biggest, especially at this level when everything's so close. But when you're affecting yourself enough, and it's also why I said this and during sift through, you just focus on yourself. Find a base setting and ride it. A satellite rider, you know, with a bike that's always the same, it's really good, but a lot of winter testing and the Ducati guys, but doesn't deliver it as smoothly, especially initial throttle engine for the future. But at the first race, I've been watching all of our coverage till now. Once that rear tyre starts spinning, it doesn't go. Perfect timing to plug the return of one of your plethora of electronic aids that are now available in modern day MotoGP. Behind the scenes, as always, Tech Simon's latest tech talk on electronics and how these teams are. He'd plug in and get information from the sensors on. So it's really important to use that to help us set the bike up. You know, and there's a full-time, the guy that plugs into the bike, it's a full-time job calibrating all that. Well, the reason I did it was position, gear position, exhaust temperature. Then there's layers of people behind that to go through different jobs, and that's what I've tried to explain in the TikTok. Much clear blue skies, scorching hot skies here. That is in modern day MotoGP. 20 minutes in opener in Qatar, Simon, of course, round in Valencia, to then come to MotoGP and your first World Championship we've ever seen. But this was a guy who was on round one, but he's got to just block that out, hasn't he, and go a pretty big hit psychologically. I mean, it is he's aggressive, rides kind of and throw out what I think, and that is what amazing job, because he's got natural ability. When you get to this, you know, and he just gets on, rags it, you know, that when you get to this class, it's a lot more about Raul needs a couple of shocks like this to the rear on the way in, on the way out. Much more to it the higher up you get, especially in this class. Yeah, let's find out what's going on. Using the tools he's got, and not just team this year. Let's hear from that team boss, Razlan RNF team, of course, the wise old head of Andrea Dovizioso. Have to learn some skills before forced to ride a heavier bike, and I'm fully behind Darren doing it in 6 years. As you mentioned, it's so easy to make a mistake there, trail braking hard to get yourself for sure. Yeah, he's a rough diamond. He'll work it out this weekend. Are we getting a repeat of the bike cutout? Done it previously in Italy. So this is an instant. And him would work better around here. Hopefully he can. Then the Frenchman. This is more likely from the world champion. Yeah, I'd like you say so. When you look at the track map on a piece of A4, Fabio Quantararo, despite his earlier technical problems, just over a tenth clearer than Miguel Oliveira. Suzuki's are going to be really strong here. Speaking of Suzuki, a very hot Jack, I'm sure, down in pit lane. It perhaps wasn't the start to 20.
Just apologies for any noise as the bikes come roaring past, but Livio, start to life with Suzuki was brilliant.
It's back here this weekend in Mandalika. I'm delighted to say Jack is with their Suzuki team. Change direction, you're going to need an agile motorcycle, a sweet handling bike. Instantly
the softs, because they've got to get through Q1, you know.
Unfortunately, the results didn't then transfer through on the Sunday.
Top spot, we've now got a Pramac Ducati 1-2. Ducati having a fantastic Friday here. Brown, they were having problems on the initial crack of the throttle. Johan Zarco and Jorge Martin in particular on that new G-Co from Martin. They're covered by just made a very good point. We saw the gate crash, the Pramac Ducati parts, because we've now got a factory soft tyres, maybe that little bit of in their problems. Frankie Morbidelli, gate crashes. Quattararo is back at the summit. Our opening Grand Prix winner, our World Championship leader, 6:08.
Oh no, front.
Yeah, it was unsettled, wasn't it? Frustrated with himself more than anything, because he's perhaps thinking, thankfully, he splits away from the bike. Down. Marc Marquez is down.
It's another fast one too, Matt.
9-2-1, going to be good enough to cling on to a place.
Oof. That's fast, all right. Okay, he's going to be fine, yeah, he's going to be fine.
Just for wonder, but he's perhaps got a bit of gravel under this. What's been a really intriguing stake start to creep in now then. Marc Marquez, where is he? Trying to pick him up. Well, he was way down.
The usually the front that lets go after that, you know.
Yeah, the two big hitters in this year's World Championship, having late drama here in FP2, and then when that third practice session gets underway tomorrow morning, because that crash has left him, as we said, the lap times are so close, it's such an intense fight, a provisional place in that top 10, of course. There we go for Marc Marquez.